Holy moly, like, this is insane. Like, if this is not enough of a testimonial to MPE that someone like me can be standing up here twice in one day. Like, I've never done public speaking at all. Like, I'm Maxine from a council estate that messed up her life big time, and 8 months later, I'm up here twice. I don't care if I win, I don't care. Like, I'm up here twice. Like, you're gonna be dragging me off later. Like, this is so much fun, so thank you very much. And big up to everyone else, like, standing up here after 3 amazing stories. Like, it's wicked. So a little bit about me, and I'm not going like sob story or anything like that, but I'm going to be honest. I had a really, really crap childhood. I had a really bad upbringing. I was in a very underprivileged environment, council estate, split parent family, bad things happened. But one thing I always hated was people that grew up and blamed their childhood on their behaviour as an adult. And I always vowed that I would never do that, but I always knew that I wanted more. And my family around me always called me ungrateful. I was always Maxine that was I never appreciated what I had, and I didn't, because I always wanted more. So in 2008, July 2008, I couldn't have been more ashamed of myself as a person, because what I had managed to do was repeat history. I had grown into everything that I had always vowed that I would never become. I was a single parent. I was on benefits, as you know. I didn't really have any qualifications because I messed up at school because I didn't really go. And I weighed like 16.5 stone. So I'm sorry, it looks like pretty bad, but I was a big girl. I did not like exercise. I was brought up in a family of people that were like, oh yeah, well, you know, like in our genes we're fat. Like, yeah, okay. No. It's just in our family we just eat a lot of food and we don't really move a lot. They're all on benefits. No one's ever owned a house in my family. Like, they're all obese and they all sit around and blame their genes on everything that goes on. And I really wanted to break that mold. So I'm feeling pretty ashamed of myself in 2008. And I'm thinking, what the worst thing about this is that I've brought a human being into this world as me as a parent. Like, what hope has this kid got, like, with me as a parent? And also, like, it really did. It upset me to have to explain to people what my personal situation was. So I joined the gym. And I was lucky enough to meet a trainer, and he was going through his level 3. And you know, like when you're doing your level 3, you need a guinea pig to like do all of your practical assessments. So I was lucky enough that I was his guinea pig. So I got personal training for free. And in 10 months, I lost 6.5 stone. And that's my little boy there. He's just getting his yellow belt at Taekwondo. He loves a bit of Taekwondo. You know about my business beforehand. In between there, obviously, I decided, like, I want to inspire people. Like, nothing's worse for a big girl, and I'm coming from a big girl's point of view, is a personal trainer that just doesn't understand what it's like to want to eat loads and not move a lot. So I thought maybe I can relate to the people, and I tap up the Bank of Mother, which I did earlier in my speech, but I tap her up and I get qualified level 2, and within a month, I get on an apprenticeship scheme. I'm getting paid £6 an hour. And I am paying £62 a day for my son to go to nursery, and I'm getting paid £48 a day. And that's without petrol and everything else. So it was definitely the love of the job that I did that. I qualified in June 2012, and in July 2012, I set up my business. I'm running outdoor group training 3 times a week and one-to-one personal training on location. You know my rates are low. And I go to MPHQ. I know an osteopath who sets me up with Ben Davis. He sends me the like American pack, which we've all spoken about. I'm like, oh, no way, not a chance. This is like so far away from me, it's unreal. And I just walked out there and thought, like, he doesn't understand my business. I'm different, like what I'm doing. And then in December, Christmas comes, and I've got no clients because my clients have no money, and at Christmas, you have no money. So in December, I paid myself £957. I paid £450 out in advertising. I paid myself £100. My little boy had a really, really crap Christmas, and I couldn't forgive myself for that. And I sat down with my mum, and I was in a really bad way at that point, and I just felt like I was a failure again. She was like, you went and sat with that guy Ben for a reason. Like, your business probably wasn't as good as you thought it was when you went and sat with him. So maybe it's worth like just taking the leap of faith, and that's what it was. Again, tap up Bank of Mum, £500. Thank you very much. Bless her. And it was the biggest leap of faith I've ever made, because I didn't know how I was going to make that next payment. I just knew that I wanted to make my life better, and I wanted more. Whether people thought that I was greedy for that or not, I don't really care. So we all know about the process that I went through in raising my rates. And so then once I've nailed auto closer, I crack on with deep core. I get into BNI, and within a month I get elected treasurer. Like, everyone else who's been there for like 8 years, they're like, who the hell is this girl? Like, she just walked in, she hasn't got a clue how this stuff works. And I'm sitting up there with the big boys as treasurer. It's quite fun. I run nutritional workshops. The owner of the hotel where the BNI is run lets me have the room for free. So we've been running nutritional workshops, selling products, sort of educating our clients, and running that with the osteopath as well that I know through BNI. These are all the businesses that I've set up with recently. The best one was last weekend. I treated myself to a shopping trip. I haven't done that in 18 months, bought myself new clothes. Going to a shop called Sweaty Betty. Has anyone heard of Sweaty Betty, yeah? So I walk into Sweaty Betty in Brighton, and I say, like, oh, hi, I'm Maxine Hayes. And she went, you're that potential woman. And I was like, you what? Like, you know who I am. She's like, I tell you what I'll do. I'll give all your clients 10% off. So I'm like, that is insane. She went, and to say thank you to you, and I'm like, say thank you to me? To say thank you to you, I'll give you a free outfit. So I walked out of there, all kitted out in Sweaty Betty for free, with 10% vouchers to give to all my clients. One thing people have always said about me is I am a little bit of a blagger. Like, I will blag my way through anything. I'll blag my way out of trouble. I'm a blagger. And so I've gone into, I've blagged my way through MPE, like, I've done it. So I've gone through to all of these people and just said, like, give my client a discount, and then I'll prove it to you, and I'll send my clients back, and I have. And so, like, we get 50% off in the hairdressers, 30% off at the beauty salon. And I had this vision of, like, these welcome packs, like, giving them all this stuff. And my clients are quite overwhelmed. And when they come in for a consultation, I show them the welcome pack. Like, oh, you can have a little bit of this, a bit of Sweaty Betty in there. The local coffee shop and delicatessen, we've got, like, my man, like my potential man, like this. And we, like, shrunk him really small. We put him on the shelf. So he's underneath all the products that fit into my nutrition plan. So my clients walk in, they know what products that they can pick up. But other people walk in, and they're like, what's that dude all about? And they're like, oh, that's potential. Like, look at the poster on the wall. And then my leaflet's there, and it works out really well. I've got the local organic, locally sourced, freshly cooked catering company. They do they do meals that fit onto my nutrition plan, and then they do like a Meals on Wheels service. So my clients are busy, and then they can get home from work, and then they just call up this woman. They're like, oh, I want to order this off of Maxine's nutrition plan. It gets delivered to their door. I've got my vehicle sign written, which is great, apart from if you have really bad road rage like I do, and then you've got to rein it in a little bit because people know who you are. The other day, right, I'm like running really, really late for a consultation. I just like literally abandoned vehicle. 2 minutes later, my phone's ringing, and then I get like a voicemail. Afterwards, I pick it up, and it's some old woman, and she's like, what do you think you're doing parking like this? Like, I forget that my number is on the back of this car. So she's ringing me up, like having a massive go at me about my parking. So be careful. Website designer at my BNI, WordPress, website, blogging a lot. Startup Active guys, I hope you're proud of me. And Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, like trying to do a little bit of everything. So getting into the press, I ran a charity boot camp. And one of my clients, she's lost like 6 stone now. And her son, he has spina bifida. He goes to the same school as my son does. Went to the head master. He gave us a school for the day for free. Went to all my referral partners, and they came along and they offered up their services for free in exchange for donations. We raised £2,000, which was great. But also what happened was it set me up with a relationship with the local press. Because, you know, like Ben said earlier, like you do something for charity and they love it. So that's me and my little boy. They did like before stories, and they did after stories as well. And then after that, they wanted to know a little bit more about my story, because then they found out like about the weight loss and like single parent, like ooh, like. But they want to do a story on it, so it's great. And then they let me do like a little like educational piece as well. And like the bottom two, that's a paid newspaper, so that was quite wicked. This was like the one. right? So this is like Linfield life. I live in Linfield. It's a little village. It gets delivered through everyone's door, but everyone does read it. And I post that I'm getting a studio, and the guy, he rings me up and he's like, look, I want to put something about it. So I said, okay, well, I spoke to Ben and he's like, right, 60-minute consultation and a body diagnostic. £17,000 from that one little free article. So as you can imagine, like David Tingley, the man that owns this like magazine, I'm seriously arse-licking this guy right now, because like, if I ever need him in the future, I'm going straight back to him. That was insane, absolutely insane. So this is my studio. It's small. Like, I'm not on the level of any of the guys that you've seen tonight, but I have a space. I'm out of my house. My equipment's at my house. My member of staff is out of my house. And it's exclusive, and it's on the high street, and where I live, like, there's quite an affluent area. And so it's nice to just have that space. And I have 2 members of staff, and I hired them both from within. Sophia came to me. I trained her for 2 years, and she said, I want to be a trainer. So I was like, yeah, okay, well, go and get yourself qualified, and we'll see what we can do. She comes back like 4 days later. She's like, right, I'm booked onto a discovery course. I'll be qualified in 4 weeks. It's like, okay, right, like, I want you on my team right now, because in the words of MP, she gets her shit done. She just got straight on it. I'm going to be qualified. Like, I want to be part of the team. She knows exactly how we work. She wants to follow everything that we do. Emily, bless her, she came in actually as childcare. And she used to come around at like 5 in the morning and look after my son. So then I was like, oh, like, can you just like fill in this like Excel spreadsheet while my son's asleep, but you've got to kind of be here. And it's grown into the fact that she's literally my angel. She saves my ass on a daily basis. And those 2 are running it while I'm here having loads of fun. And I haven't had one phone call yet, so that's quite good. So we've seen this before, but I just want to go into like a little bit more of like a personal level for this. So we know that from August to December, I'm not with MPE, and then I join MPE, and then like obviously everything goes up and up and up, and then you can see June. June and July, there's like a little bit of a dip, and I burnt out. I burnt myself out. I'm a single parent. I am running a business that is doing so well that I can't split myself any more than what was going on. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. I'd lost every relationship around me. Like, my mum wasn't speaking to me. My dad wasn't. I'd lost so many friends around me because no one could understand the change in me. They couldn't understand why I was putting this first. Like, they couldn't understand it as well. Like, they would call me a bad mum because like, I wasn't seeing my son that much. But I don't think they could see, like, I could see the bigger picture. Like, I say to my little boy who's 5, I'm like, Joe, me and you are going to be sitting there supping cocktails in a year. And he's like, yeah, I know, mummy. Like, he gets it, so why doesn't anyone else get it? And I'd been in a relationship for 4 years, since my son was 6 months old. And in June, this opportunity for the studio came up, which was probably like one of the most exciting things that kept me going through that really, really hard time, like the thought of opening a facility. And I sat down, like my partner, really excited, and he was like, more work, wicked. He's like, look, you've got to choose now, like studio, relationship. And he kind of lost because I kind of went for the studio. I didn't have any choice. Like, it was a no-brainer. And the fact that he put me in that situation where I had to choose made me realise that he wasn't worth having around. But then I'm back in a really crap situation because I am completely by myself. And I just don't know what to do. So I just concentrate on the studio. Just, you know, Nikki said earlier, like, you have to, like, you have a breakthrough after having the breakdown. And that is so true. And I've done that so many times. But June, July were hands down the hardest months of my life. They were really hard, and I felt so alone, and I felt like I'd come so far in my business and that my personal life had just gone completely downhill. And I knew that I needed to start focusing on being a happier, better person and enjoying my life and enjoying like the growth that I'd seen, because I didn't have a chance to stop and look at what I had done. And then, as we know, we have the month of Tom Jacobs in August, which definitely helps your mood. Like, when you have a couple of months like that and you're having a crap time, like, those few months really do help to pick you back up again and give you that positivity. So just a little summary of what's going on before and after. 10 to 15 clients. I'm now on 68. We're running 3 outdoor group sessions a week, and now we're running 7 at this time we're doubling up. So every time there's a group session, we've also got small groups. So I need another trainer because actually I'm not freeing up myself enough time. We need another trainer so that I can just chill out. I've got 2 members of staff. That is December's takings and September's takings. I just want to say like a massive thank you to everyone that's been here this weekend. It's been amazing, but also to MPE. Like the amount of times I've had to pick up the phone to Ben Davis and Tom Jacobs, especially like Stacey, everything has been amazing, and you've changed me and you've changed my life for me and my little boy, and in every aspect, not just my business. Like I am a different person. I'm a better person, more positive, and definitely stronger. I just want to say thank you for listening to me twice today. So thank you.